You owe yourself, your team, your coach, and your fans good health. Don't joke with your health. Your superpower is your good health.
Yes, sir! Yes, coach! Let's go!
This message is powered by Solutions 93.9 FM.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
For players across the globe, it is now focused on how their teams can qualify, most especially in Africa, for the World Cup. For some players who were involved in the transfer saga, now will be focusing on their national teams for different assignments. My name is Oladako Kunubi. Welcome to Kickoff Sports Show this morning. It is a Wednesday morning and the third day in the month of September. Okay, now for tennis, we've got players who are already through to the semi-final stage of the US Open. And we'll also be looking at what is happening in the WTA category of this tournament. We'll be looking at updates also coming from the Eurobasket Championship, Group A, Group B, and more this morning. We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Solutions 939 FM, Solutions 939 FM. Jump on these platforms. Let's also have your take. A lot of people have been talking about Eric Shell's plan, who maybe he can come in with that miracle, same as some big boys who are already in the Super Eagles camp, how they can help Eric Shell, and maybe all of them can help each other to qualify for the FIFA World Cup. But now let's start with tennis on the show this morning. Well, let's start with ladies this morning, as it was, maybe we call it a divine miracle or luck, where defending champion Aryna Sabalenka returned to the US Open semi-final without hitting a ball on Tuesday night, which is early this morning, because the woman she was supposed to face in the quarterfinals of 2023 Wimbledon champion Marketa Vondrousova pulled out of their match with an injured knee. Now, a representative of Vondrousova told journalists Mary Jo Fernandez the injury occurred before her 3-set victory over 2022 Wimbledon champion Elena Rybakina, and that Vondrousova played through it during the fourth round match on Sunday night. So that's the reason she had to pull out due to that injury. Well, we'll be expecting a battle between Iga Swiatek and Amanda Anisimova in the battle today by 6:30 for the WTA clash in that quarterfinal to the semi-final. But remember, Naomi Osaka is through to the semi-final, where she'll be facing Karolina Muchova tomorrow. That'll be by 12 a.m. Now, let's talk about the men this morning. Novak Djokovic in the wee hours of today defeated Taylor Fritz by 6-3, 7-5, 3-6, 6-4, dropping a set against Taylor Fritz. Here is Novak Djokovic speaking heading to the semi-final.
To be honest, I don't know. It was an incredibly close match. It was really anybody's match. I thought I was lucky to really save some crucial break points in the second set. I think for most of the second and third set, he was a better player. And in this kind of matches, a few points decide a winner. You know, it was fortunately coming on my side, particularly end of the fourth. That last game was nerve-wracking. Honestly, tough one for Taylor to finish up with double fault. He didn't deserve that, but a great fight and great tournament for him, for sure.
Well, for Novak Djokovic, his victory is now will be making him set up a blockbuster semi-final showdown against Carlo Alcaraz. For Carlo Alcaraz, it was an easy win for him against Jiří Lichar, where he won 6-4, 6-2, 6-4 last night in that quarterfinal clash.
I'm not, but sometimes when I go to the living room, my little brothers are watching, videos of me, or my highlights, let's say. So I just sit down and watch it and enjoy it again. So every time that I have, or I just watch my shots again, I just reminds from the moment of the match, and I enjoy. But I'm not used to. Well, it's really difficult not to think about it. That's obviously. But every time that I step on the court, I'm trying not to think about it. I think if I think about the number one spot too much, I think I'm gonna put pressure on myself, and I just don't want to do that. I just want to step on the court, try to do my things, try to follow my goals on the mats, and try to enjoy as much as I can. So the number one is there, but I'm trying not to think so much about it.
Alcaraz already speaking, saying that it doesn't like putting the whole mindset of winning the US Open and becoming world number one. It's not all about world number one. It is all about winning all the matches coming before him at the US Open ATP category. Well, remember, Yannick Sinner edged Alexander Bublik 6-1, 6-1, 6-1 also yesterday. So we keep our fingers crossed to see who will be facing Yannick Sinner in the semi-final between Alex de Minaur and Felix Auger-Aliassime. Remember, Felix Auger-Aliassime and Alex de Minaur will be battling each other 4:30 today in the ATP semi-final. Oh, well, remember, Yannick Sinner, Lorenzo Musetti will be battling each other in the semi-final round. So let's keep our fingers crossed to see how this will surely fly. Okay, now looking at our sister Venus Williams. Well, her memorable US Open doubles run came to an end with a quarterfinal loss at Flushing Meadows. The 45-year-old made an age-defying return to tennis this year, becoming the oldest WTA singles match winner since 2004 in July, and her matches and the women's singles, doubles and mixed doubles made her appointment viewing. So maybe the organizers of the US Open are using Venus Williams to also cash out, but it is what it is. But now let's move away from tennis this morning and let's talk basketball, where Luka Doncic scored 26 points as Slovenia overcame Iceland 87-79 points to reach the knockout stage at Eurobasket qualifying fronts along the way. The Los Angeles Lakers star was just 2 of 10 from 3-point range. Slovenia joins Poland, Israel and France as the 4 teams to advance from Group D. Spain, however, is in danger of not getting out of Group C after losing 6-7 to 6-3 points to Italy on Tuesday. However, the defending Eurobasket champion still controls its destiny. Now, let's look at how games will be going down today in Group A. Well, now looking at the Group A game scheduled for today, 12:45, Estonia will battle Portugal. Latvia will be up against the Czech Republic, as we have Turkey taking on Serbia. And, the last game, Turkey-Serbia in that Group A is going down by 7:15. 4 p.m. is Latvia against the Czech Republic. In Group B of the Eurobasket Championship, Montenegro will take on Great Britain by 11:30, and 2:30 p.m. Lithuania will take on Sweden, as Finland will battle Germany by 6:30. Now, away from that, let's go straight and talk football this morning.
Dribble, but you no fit dribble past malaria if you no use insecticide treated nets. Malaria dey real o.
This message now from Solutions 93.9 FM.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
NPFL Matchday 2 games recorded strange and fantastic results last week, with 3SC of Ibadan picking up a point against Bendel Insurance at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, following a 1-1 draw between the two sides. Other results of games over the weekend saw Warri Wolves beat former champions Enugu Rangers 2-0 to continue their perfect run in the NPFL. With 2 wins from 2 games, Rivers United defeated Kwara United 1-0 in Port Harcourt, while Katsina United recorded a 2-1 away win against Plateau United, and Nasarawa United recorded a 1-0 win over Abia Warriors. Kano Pillars were held 1-1 at home against visiting Wiki Tourists of Bauchi. Eyimba FC defeated Niger Tornadoes 1-0, Bayelsa United beat newly promoted Barrow FC 2-0, while Ikorodu City and El Kanemi Warriors of Maiduguri played out a goalless draw in Lagos.
Well, following the compilation of the NPFL Matchday 2 results, Remo Stars went all the way in the Matchday 2 to secure a 2-0 victory on the road in the NPFL Matchday 2 against the newly promoted side. And everybody felt like, okay, if Remo Stars can pick 2-1 victory over Kun Khalifa, well, that means the season is just getting started. Well, shout out to Dave Kuti on the Facebook fan page this morning, Obasi Stella and Adewumi Kazim Adekart saying, welcome on board. Up Chelsea from New Garage. Good morning, young striker, coming from Obasi Stella. Now, there's a message from Dave Kuti here who's saying, good morning, young striker. I hope the Super Eagles will have a resounding victory, even if we don't qualify but finished second behind South Africa. The destiny was in your hands before, and they threw it away. Make them not turn Nigerians to prayer warriors over something they could have done easily. Okay. Prophet Dave Danku, Duke and Dave speaking there. Now, let's talk about Warri Wolves this morning with a hammer from the league management organizers. Now, Warri Wolves have been fined 1 million naira by the Nigeria Premier Football League NPFL for security breach. The NPFL charged the Seasiders for failing to provide prompt, adequate and effective security in the match day 2 encounter against the Rangers International, which led to the delay of the 4 p.m. kickoff. The host won the encounter played at the Southern Delta University of Zoro 2-0. So, work on your fans, educate them, and understand how organization is meant to be when we have league games. Moving away from Warri Wolves, let's talk about the players in Uyo at the moment ahead of the World Cup 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Now, according to reports we got before, was that 15 players were in camp as at the time the reports came yesterday at the Super Eagles camp in Uyo ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and South Africa. The camp opened on Monday with Captain William Trist Ekang leading the early arrivals. But now, looking at the updates coming from the Super Eagles camp, is that Alex Iwobi, is in camp. Okay, so looking at some other players we are having in camp, and with the reports coming in different ways, we are seeing more of a focus from those players. Samuel Chukwueze, remember, called Kevin Bassi, moving to Fulham as well. So now we are having more players who understand themselves playing in the same club, in the same league, moving into the Super Eagles. So let's stay positive and stay optimistic ahead of the games going down for the World Cup qualifiers. But looking at the updates we got about the players in camp, Trist Ekong, who arrived alongside goalkeeper Amaso Bashoye and defenders Bruno Yemachi and Felix Ago. Also in camp include Simon Moses, Greece-based goalkeeper Adele Adebayo, defenders Chidozie Awoziem, Benjamin Fredericks, and midfielder Wilfred Ndidi, Franco Onyeka, Fisayo Delebashiru. Wingback Olaoluwa Aina. Defenders Bright Osai Samuel and Kevin Bassi, including midfielder Alexi Wobi, also in camp. Chipa United goalkeeper Stanley Wabali has been expected in camp, as Chris Santos, Uche, Samuel Chukwueze, Tolu Aruko Dare, Siri Desers, Ademola Lukman, and Victor Osimhen are also yet to hit the camp. So let's wait and see. That early this morning, maybe we're having more players jump into the Super Eagles squad now in the camp right there in Uyo. Now, looking at the opponent of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the Amavubi of Rwanda. So, Amavubi of Rwanda head coach Ato Ambroche unveiled his final 24-man squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Warriors of Zimbabwe on Tuesday. Three players, Claude Smith, Kanyi Bandar, Bilu Inshiwe, and David Niyo were dropped from the initial 27-man provisional squad. Kanyi Bandar missed out due to the injury sustained in the Bedford's 2-1 defeat to South Shields last weekend. Now, Rwanda occupies second position in Group C with 8 points from 6 games. Now, away from that, let us look at games already scheduled for today for the World Cup qualifiers in Africa. Gabon will take on Seychelles by 2 p.m. The game between Congo and Tanzania has been cancelled, same as the clash between Eritrea and Zambia. Updates coming from that end. Now, we keep looking, but let's move away from Africa and let us talk about other matches. Well, friendly games. International friendly between Qatar and Bahrain will be going down 4:15 today as we now look at the three lands of England, where we're looking updates about Robin Loftus-Cheek. Now, Robin Loftus-Cheek has been added to the England squad for the 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Andorra and Serbia 7 years after his last cap. The AC Milan midfielder has 10 England caps, with the last of those coming when he came on as a substitute in a win against the United States in November 2018. England's boss, Thomas Tuchel, managed the 29-year-old during his stint in charge of Chelsea. Bayer Leverkusen centre-back Jari Quansah has also been called up after an injury to Crystal Palace midfielder Adam Wharton. So, now let's talk more about updates coming up from England and a team that also shocked Manchester United. So when you say Group Z, more focus is about what happened against Manchester United. Now, Group B have been fined by the EFL for fielding an ineligible player in the Carabao Cup victory over Manchester United last week. The Mariners defeated United 12-11 on penalty shootout, having led 2-0 in the normal time before being pegged back. The EFL said the breach related to Clark Altar, who came on as a 73rd minute substitute. All right, well, for Manchester United, had to come and get a needed win in the game in the English Premier League match day 3. A quick look at what happened in England in the match day 3.
The English Premier League recorded 26 goals in the match day 3 of the 2025-2026 season, with defending champions Liverpool edging Arsenal 1-0 at the Anfield in a Super Sunday courtesy Dominic Szoboszlai's long-range free kick.
It's a good strike, what a goal! A brilliant strike from Szoboszlai, and Liverpool have the lead.
Crystal Palace, after releasing Eberechi Eze to Arsenal, defeated Aston Villa 3-0 at the Villa Park. Brighton defeated Manchester City 2-1.
Now Ryan Aït-Nouri looking towards Haaland on the far. Verbruggen with the save. Still Marmouche. Haaland! City on top, deserving the opening goal. Darren England has given it. Handball by Matheus Nunes. James Milner tucks away the penalty. It's his first goal since 2019, would you believe? And Brighton have the momentum. Oh, now City look wide open here, and Gruder's onside, and Aït-Nouri comes to stop him, and so does Trafford. Neither of them can, and just as last season, City led at Brighton, and now they trail 2-1. More questions and answers, I guess.
While West Ham United whitewashed Nottingham Forest 3-0 at the City ground. Newcastle United continued their struggle in the season with another draw following a goalless encounter with Leeds United. Manchester United recorded their first win of the season after defeating Burnley 3-2 at the Old Trafford. Sunderland defeated Brentford 2-1 and Tottenham lost 0-1 at home to visiting Bournemouth. In other results of games decided over the weekend, Everton defeated Wolves 3-2 at the Molineux and Chelsea edged Fulham 2-0 in the London Derby.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Italian Serie A witnessed 20 goals in 10 games played at the match day 2 of the new league season. Inter Milan lost 1-2 against visiting Udinese at the San Siro.
Now Di Marco, this is Marcus Thuram, and Dumfries is there! Denzel Dumfries, 17 minutes gone, Inter as expected, take the lead. Penalty to Udinese. Here goes Keenan Davis. Udinese are level in the backyard of Inter. Davis, Zatta in support, still with Atta! Atta's first Serie A strike comes at the Scala del Calcio. Against all odds, Costa Runjaic and his Udinese side have conquered the Meazza, and Christian Kibu tastes defeat. Final score, Inter 1, Udinese 2.
Lazio whitewashed Verona 4-0. Genoa recorded a 1-0 loss against Juventus as it was goalless between Torino and Fiorentina, while Napoli defeated Cagliari 1-0. In other results, Pisa lost 1-0 against AS Roma, Bologna edged Como 1-0, Parma and Atalanta settled for a 1-1 draw. AC Milan defeated Lecce 2-0 and Cremonese recorded their second win of the season in a 3-2 triumph against Sassuolo at Stadio Giovanni Zini.
Defending champions Barcelona dropped a point in the Week 3 of the Spanish Football League over the weekend following a 1-1 draw recorded against Rayo Vallecano at the Vallecas. Espanyol defeated Osasuna 1-0, Real Betis lost 1-2 at home against Athletic Bilbao, and Celta Vigo played out a 1-1 draw against Villarreal. Former champions Real Madrid defeated Mallorca 2-1. Girona lost 0-2 at home against Sevilla. Real Oviedo recorded their first win of the season with 1-0 victory over Real Sociedad. Alaves and Atletico Madrid shared the spoils in a 1-1 draw, while Valencia bashed Getafe 3-0 and Elche picked maximum 3 points against Levante in a 2-0 victory at the Estadio Manuel Martinez Valero.
17 away goals were recorded in the Week 2 of the 2025-2026 Bundesliga fixtures, with St. Pauli defeating Hamburger SV 2-0. 10-man Werder Bremen and Bayern Leverkusen settled for a 3-3 draw. Stuttgart picked 3 points at home in the game against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Heidenheim failed to redeem themselves following a 2-0 loss against RB Leipzig. Hoffenheim lost 1-3 at home against Eintracht Frankfurt. Borussia Dortmund edged Union Berlin 3-0 at the Signal Iduna Park, while Bayern Munich defeated Augsburg 2-3 on the road.
Looks to size it up. Well, that's a brilliant ball and a fabulous header. Harry Kane, the provider. And Bayern are up and running. Underemployed. Here's a lovely little ball. Lima. Here's the cut back, and there's the second. And Luis Diaz does get it this time. Kane is a little deeper. Olise. And Goretzka again is the option. Michael Olise might not need him. He doesn't. He's put it in anyway. Another goal for Michael Olise. Do here for Saar. Well, he needs someone to pass to. Nobody has made a run. Only now, fleetingly, do they have two. Yunulis and Rechbachov. There's another! And there's a goal back from Jakic. Work, maybe it will. Jakic and Kummer. Oh, he's put it in! 15 minutes to go! Game on for Augsburg! Referee has a look at his watch. And there is full time. Bayern have had a mighty scare at Augsburg, but they have got the result over the line.
10-man Wolfsburg were held 1-1 by visiting Mainz, while FC Köln recorded a 4-1 win against Freiburg.
All right, now welcome back from the result of games played across Europe over the weekend. Now a quick look at what transpired in the transfer window, as we also keep tracking players, same as leagues where you can still have players move in. But in England, the transfer window is short. Now, for Asisat Oshola is one of the players who has moved. Asisat Oshola has joined the Saudi Women's Premier League side Al Hilal on a permanent transfer. Oshola, who joined Al Hilal from National Women's Super League NWSL club BFC, signed a 2-year contract. So we say congratulations now for Scottish Premiership champions. Celtic announced the signing of Kelechi Iheanacho on Tuesday. Iheanacho signed a 1-year contract with the option of an additional year. So the Nigerian international left La Liga club Sevilla on Monday after his contract was terminated by the club. Now for Manchester City, completed the signing of goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma from Paris Saint-Germain on Tuesday was expected one. The Italy international moved to the Etihad Stadium in a due worth 30 million euros, signing a 5-year contract to replace Ederson in Pep Guardiola's squad. Now, Alexander Isak has said he will be forever grateful to former club Newcastle United following his big money switch from Liverpool. Now, for another player who also was emotional happens to be Anthony, who broke down in tears, describing the end of his time at Manchester United as he waited to complete a transfer to Real Betis. So let's talk about a man, Sergio Ramos, who said he expects to win a Grammy Award before lifting the Champions League as a coach. The Real Madrid and Spain great released his debut single on Sunday called Chibas, named after the statue where Madrid celebrates their trophies. Defender Ramos, 39, now captains Liga MX club Monterrey, starting in last weekend's 4-2 win at Pobas, but still found time to record his first song. Well, he won't be the first player to record or produce a song. Remember, Alex Iwobi is also doing music. Well, a message here saying from Balogun Makinde. Ahmed says, "Good morning, presenter. I'm with you live and direct from Kano City of Manchester United. Our coach should please act in time because this match is must-win game if they want to play in next year's World Cup. Let's wait to see what happens." Well, this will be the convenient point to say goodbyes on the show. Remember, Nigeria's fourth on the World Cup qualifiers group in Group C, playing 6 matches, winning 1, drawing 4, losing 1 with 7 points. South Africa is with 13 points. Rwanda is second with 8 points. Benin Republic is with 8 points. Coming up next is from the dailies. Comrade Ayode Jadishokwe and Comrade Ade Damola Fenwa looking at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. They will not be forming a wiki on the show today, nor a PDP on the show. But here is Sergio Ramos, Chibas. Maybe this song can win Grammys. Like what I say, keep doing sport and stay safe.